Let's begin, Mr. Ramirez, with a few questions about you. Can you tell us where you were born?
I was born in Chicago.
What particular area of Chicago?
Humboldt Park area.
And what kind of education history do you have?
I dropped out of high school my junior year and took a construction job.
Well, what kind of construction job do you have?
I'm a carpenter.
Okay. What specifically do you do?
I do sheetrock.
Okay. What happened after that?
I got married a couple years after I dropped out of high school to my high school sweetheart, Maria.
Okay, and then what happened?
We had a kid pretty quick after that.
What's his name?
His name's Robert Jr.
Yeah, are you and Robert Jr. close?
Yeah, we're pretty close. Like, since my wife died this past year, and gotten closer and everything. It's just me and him. Like to play basketball together.
Thank you, Mr. Ramirez. Now, could you tell us a little bit about how your injury has impacted your life, both personally and professionally?
Well, personally, I mean, obviously, because it hurts some, I mean, it gives me pain on occasion and stuff. It's more difficult to take care of Robert Jr. just by myself since my wife has died.
And for you personally as a person, has it had any impact?
Well, for, working, it's difficult to lift things, heavy objects above my head because I get extreme pain at times.
And how does that interplay with your work as a carpenter?
It limits what I can do and the quality of work I can do.
Okay. And does it affect your ability to enjoy any hobbies?
It limits how much sports I can play. I used to like to play softball quite a bit, and it limits my ability to do that.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about your injury and your medical treatment for the injury?
I was shot in the right shoulder, and I was in the hospital from December 7th to January 21st. And
what condition were you in when you finally left the hospital?
I was like 50 pounds lighter. I was, a shell of what I used to be.
And what kind of treatment did you have to go through after you left the hospital? Did you have physical therapy?
Yes.
And rehabilitation then?
Yes.
And do you still suffer pain from your injury?
I do. It gives me pain on occasion.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Ramirez. Let's move on to describing the events that placed you on Evergreen Street that night. Can you tell us what you did on the night of December 6th, where you went?
I went over to Louis Cantinello's house.
Okay, why did you go to Louis's house?
We were going over to play some cards.
Okay, and who was at Louis's house?
Joseph Perone and Louis's mother and his children.
How do you know Louis?
We've been friends our whole life.
And how do you know Joseph Perone?
Same way, known him for 18 years, grew up together.
Okay.
Worked together.
Okay. Well, what did you and Mr. Cantelmo and Perone do there?
Well, we started out by watching the NBA basketball game on that night.
Okay. Did you bring anything with you to Mr. Cantelmo's house?
I brought a 6-pack of beer.
Did you have any of that to drink?
Yeah, I had a couple.
Okay. What happened after you watched the NBA game?
We played cards, rummy.
Okay. How long did that last?
About an hour.
Then what did you do?
Then we went out, decided to go to a bar, which we did.
Do you remember the name of the bar?
I don't. It was on Chicago Avenue.
What did you do at the bar?
We had a couple of drinks.
What were you drinking?
Scotch and water.
Okay. What did you do after you left the bar?
We decided to go over to another bar over in Bucktown.
Okay. Do you remember the name of that bar?
I don't recall.
What did you do there?
I had a couple more drinks.
And what were you drinking at that bar?
Same, scotch and water.
Do you know about how many drinks you'd had at this point?
4 or 5.
Okay, and that was on top of the couple of beers you'd had earlier?
Correct.
Okay, what did you do after you left this bar?
We went down to our field where we played ball.
Okay. So what did you do at the field?
We had a little race to see who was faster. I'm running from home to first.
After you left the baseball park, where'd you go?
We went, Perone took us back to Louis's house.
And what did you do then?
I picked up my car and headed home.
And where did you go with your car?
I was on Labasia Street where my friend lived, turned onto Oakley Street, took a left onto North Avenue, and headed towards California Avenue where took a right.
Okay, and then what happened?
I got to about Lemoyne Avenue, and there was a car going slow there.
How fast would you say this car that was going slow was going?
5-10 miles an hour.
Okay, and what did you do when you came up behind the slow car?
I gave it my blinker and moved out to go around it.
And then what did this car do?
It swerved over and wouldn't let me pass.
Did you try to pass the car out again?
I did. I tried again.
And what was the result?
Same thing. It swerved over and wouldn't let me pass on there.
Okay, so then did you follow this car?
I followed them.
How far?
It was a few blocks till Evergreen Street.
Okay, Mr. Ramirez, I have here a map of the area in question. Would you trace your route for us?
Okay, it was on Bastion Street, turned on to Oakley, on the North Avenue, California.
Can you show us about where you came up behind the other car?
Right in here.
Okay, and then what did you do?
Then the car turned onto Evergreen and I followed them.
Okay. What happened on Evergreen Avenue?
They pulled over and I pulled up beside them, give them a piece of my mind.
Okay, did you get out of your car or roll down your window to give them a piece of
I
your
rolled
mind?
down my passenger side window.
And did they roll down their window in response?
I don't remember.
Okay, and what were you saying to them?
I was just yelling at them, you know, you idiot driver, you know, so forth.
Okay, and then what happened?
The driver of that car got out and went to the front of his car.
So what did you do?
I got out and went to the front of my car.
Then what happened?
We were yelling at each other.
Do you remember what you were saying?
Just, you know, you're an idiot, what the heck are you trying to do? I was trying to pass you.
Okay, and then what happened? How did the other driver respond?
He was just telling me to get back in my car.
Did he say anything about being a police officer?
Yeah, no.
Did you have any way of knowing that he was a police
I
officer?
had no idea.
He wasn't wearing a uniform.
No, it was not.
And the car was unmarked?
Yes.
Okay, and was there another passenger still in the car?
Yeah, there was another.
What happened at that point?
He was telling me to just move on, and I was telling him he should apologize to me for not letting me pass him. Then at that point, he hit me in the face.
And then what?
So I swung back at him, hit him.
Okay, and what happened?
We started kind of tussling against each other up and on the side of his car, you know, towards the front, and then we, you know, wrestling back and forth against it towards the back.
Then what happened?
He had hit me in the stomach and I fell down.
Okay, and what happened when you were down?
I hit my head on the rear bumper and kind of was dazed a little.
And what did he do, the other driver?
He was on me and told me he was a police officer at that point.
And at that point, when he said he was a police officer, that's the first you had heard about him being a police officer?
Correct.
And what did he do then?
Well, I was just like, you know, show me some identification then.
Okay, and so did he offer you identification?
Well, he had got off me.
Okay, and what did you do when he got
I
off you?
was getting up to get back up and I saw a pair of shoes over to my right.
And then what happened?
And then I felt this, what I thought at the time was a kick.
Okay, so you thought that you had been kicked, then what happened?
Correct. And then I just remember asking, like, you know, what'd you do that for? And then I went out, passed out.
Okay, do you have any further recollections?
I remember kind of coming to and hearing something about what should we do with him, should we leave him here? And then I went out again.
Okay, and do you have any further memories after that?
Next thing I knew, woke up on a table with lights. I presume it was a hospital.
Okay, thank you.